Oh, it's so windy outside. We've just come to the end of the storm, the first of the two storms that we're having, and the plot seems to have survived. I've just opened all the beds up to give them a bit of air. It's quite a nice sunny, although extremely windy day today. So I thought I'd give you a quick tour. I like to do the tours about the middle of the month and let you see what's going on. And I will, if I remember, talk you through what the succession crops are going to be in most of the beds. Just to give you sort of an idea of how we're transitioning now from winter crops to spring crops. So let's take a look. So let's get this quick video over with. So here we've got salad onions, not looking too bad. Some of them are a bit bashed up by the wind. Garlic down here, all looking really nice. These are overwintered Japanese onions, a mix there of tough ball and Shenshu yellow. Some of them from sets, some of them from seed. In here we've got what's left of the field beans. We've been harvesting those every week, and there are in theory some red onion sets planted in there, but there's not many of them shooted. And then down here I've got the gooseberries, and let's just take a look inside this tunnel. So in here we've got cauliflowers, calabrese and Brussels sprouts being grown for leaves, and then down there we've got field beans, again just a few straggly leftovers. And down here we're going to be planting all the early kales and other brassicas that I'll show you in the polytunnel. Then down here we've got our main crop colettes, and I'll just sort of zoom you in on these colettes so you can see just why I love them so much at this time of year. There's just so much to eat on these, even though they're just stems. And we have been harvesting all the tops, of course, and eating those. And then these are the leeks down the side here, which always look like the most ridiculous idea in sort of summer and early autumn. But once the colette's leaves have all gone, you can see that actually they get loads of light down there. I'll try and walk backwards to shelter from the wind. So we've got this our youngest crop of spinach, some really nice looking lettuce, some salad onions, and a gap. I really hate having gaps at this time of year. I like to have every bed full. And then down here we've got the overbearing strawberries, interplanted with elephant garlic and the trees. And in these two containers we've got salad onions interplanted with garlic, and that was salad onions all harvested now. And in here we've got calabrese and early beetroot. In here we've got cauliflowers, one calabrese plant, and some turnips. Actually, I lied when I said those were my youngest spinach plants. These are my youngest spinach plants. Put those in a couple of days ago, looking okay. A nice looking spinach bed. Overwintering onions. These are the furthest on, I think, of all of them that I've got. This cover will come off soon. And then down there I've got my oldest spinach bed, and that will come out pretty soon and get replanted with Brussels sprouts for leaves. Really nice looking lettuce bed interplanted with the peas down here. Asparagus soon to be interplanted with salad onions and then fleeced. Salad onion bed that also used to have lettuces in it. It's got a few straggly specimens left. This is soon going to be Asian greens in about a week's time. Spinach bed with salad onions now interplanted with baby calabrese. That will soon be a pepper bed in May. And then lettuces, I think these are winter density, interplanted with salad onions. Carrots for March and early April. Radishes, multiple successions, and more radishes going in this gap here when those carrots come out later on today. I'll show you the radishes in a minute. More colettes and Brussels sprouts. Not much left of the Brussels sprouts, I'm afraid. But these little red ball are my favourites at the moment. Super sweet. Purple sprouting broccoli. One of 3 beds that we've got. And this early stuff is finished. More spinach. Soon to be main crop onions. Winter kale's pretty much finished. Soon to be early French beans. Strawberries interplanted with garlic. These are my second earlies, so soon to be covered with a coleface. Spring cabbages in need of a bit of a tidy up. And a very few Brussels sprouts left on these, and these are soon to be summer carrots. So let's get inside and look at the polytunnel. So these are our spring carrots. There's more spring carrots here, some parsley, some celery at the back, lots of lettuce. I won't need this lettuce soon because we've got lots coming outside, but it's invaluable at this time of year. We've got a bit of green garlic here, some new little lettuces there, some more spring and early summer carrots there. Some of these little baby calabrese that went to seed, I've been harvesting those, they've been really lovely. So I'm pleased I put those in. Broad beans, these are I think we've got 4 successions I think of broad beans. These are the ones that are flowering. Then down here we've got early overwintered onions. Don't look much at this time of year, but as soon as light levels just pick up just a little bit, they really perk up and give us a nice harvest in May. And then we've got more new lettuces interplanted with radish, with little beetroots down the side there as well. I've actually got lots of little beetroots sort of spotted around all over the place. A bit more garlic here. More salad onions interplanted with spinach, with more beetroot down the edges here. Chard, which is really starting to pick up nicely now. And some more carrots down there. And then we've got all of our lettuces, all of our strawberries in hanging baskets. So these are the first earlies. And they're looking pretty good. Then we've got all of the mixed brassicas down here that are all waiting to be planted out. Mainly in March really is my favourite time to plant these. So we've got a little bit more growing in here. And they will go under a low tunnel for a couple of months. And then these are all they're my early leeks, and then these are my main crop onions. And I will have some grown from sets as well. And then down here I've got 3 batches of salad onions ready to go out, and I've got some more at home. And then those are the radishes that I'm going to get planted today. And then finally I've tidied up my flower border. This is where I have my perennial kale plants as well. This is all looking quite nice, and I've replanted my little alpines border in the planting pockets, and these look really nice later on in the year. Pruned all my trees, kind of, if you can call it pruning, my blackberry and one more perennial kale plant. So that is pretty much it. So if you're new to my channel, I do recommend you look in the description of the video, and you'll find lots of links there, including a link to my gardening book. This is a pretty comprehensive book at this point. I don't know, like 1,000+ pages, and a lot of really useful information there. I do suggest you kind of work through it from top to bottom, but you don't have to. You could dip into, for example, the basics section and there you'll find all the information on planning, sowing, growing with lights, hardening off pests, weeds and all of those sorts of things, including guides to making frames and tunnels and all of that sort of thing. Information on how much space you need to be self-sufficient or not even self-sufficient, what to grow, what to eat, year-round growing guides, and then individual growing guides to pretty much everything that I grow, all the basics: beetroot, Brussels sprouts, cabbages, calabrese, cucamelons, cucumbers, onions, Asian greens, runner beans, etc., etc. And I also have a section on all the advanced growing techniques, so successional sowing, interplanting, relay planting, progressive thinning and all of those sorts of things. Loads of extra videos in here, of course, as well. A good section on polytunnel and greenhouse growing. Again, lots of extra videos. Planting plans for polytunnels and greenhouses and things like that. Capturing water and the like. And I use this section a lot, which is the reference information section. And in here you'll find every month of last year and the month so far of this year. And if you look in any of these months, so for example, let's take a look at March, April, what you'll find is a kind of overview of all the things I recommend you do in April. And then there's information on what we actually harvested in April, what we sowed in April, what we planted in April. There's the tour videos from April, the sowing guide, the harvest videos, and then other videos from April from all the previous years, which is pretty useful if you just want to kind of have a look at all my history of gardening from the perspective of that particular month. And yeah, loads more stuff, including lots of information on self-sufficiency. I've kind of got an 8-step guide to self-sufficiency here, which takes you through, all the basic progressive steps I can think are worthwhile if you're kind of working up to get into self-sufficiency. So I hope you liked that quick video. My name's Steve. This is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.